Heads up, a big heads up. Here it comes. Washington Wire. Social Security warns benefits could get cut. Let's scroll down a little bit. Let's see what's going on. The Social Security Administration has begun warning the public it cannot guarantee full benefit payments if the debt ceiling isn't increased. Here you go. I guess closing the parks and the monuments, they didn't get enough attention. Federal shutdown, which has no impact on the payment of Social Security benefits. Failure to raise the debt ceiling puts Social Security benefits at risk, according to person familiar with the agency's directive. Here we go. When asked by the public, the agency is notifying beneficiaries that unlike a federal shutdown, which has no impact on the payment of Social Security benefits, failure to raise the debt ceiling puts Social Security benefits at risk, according to a person familiar with the agency directive. The warning was assembled after the agency consulted with the Treasury Department, which would play a role in determining how the government handles payments if the borrowing limit isn't raised soon. Oh, wow. Our employees stated receiving questions from the public, so the agency worked with Treasury to provide an answer they could use when asked about the debt ceiling by the public, a Social Security Administration spokesman said. Oh, so now they're going to take your Social Security, maybe. Oh, what is this about? There's the warning. Are you ready? Wow. Let's go back. Washington Wire. Heads up. I'm giving you a heads up right now. There it is again. Coming out of WSJ, Wall Street Journal. Alrighty then, heads up on that. I just want to show you this before I start my report. This is One for the Record. I'm Diana, and today is October 7th, 2013. Here are your news updates. Alrighty then, here we go. You probably just saw the thing on Social Security. Heads up, I thought that was in a trust fund. Oh, someone can't be trusted with the trust fund, I guess. Here we go. Extinction Protocol 2012 and beyond. U.S. political intransigency unsettles financial market. China warns U.S. against a default. North Korea threatens preemptive strikes against South Korea and U.S. Heads up on that. Indonesia's Mount Tangabang Perahu volcano shaken by 3 eruptions. Alert level raised. Alright, moving on. Trying to get a lot of news tonight. And let's see. Let's go to the watchers watching the world. Long duration C1 solar flare erupted with Earth-directed CME. Here comes another thing. That just came up there just right now. Also, Chicago citizens to be exposed to alarming levels of lead from city water as old pipes get upgraded. Heads up! Don't drink the city water. Don't drink it. Heads up. Start getting bottled water if you have to. Go get it filtered. Alrighty then. Volcanic unrest at White Island volcano continues, New Zealand. Hold on, animals. I just got home. Okay. Aerial view of Vinanoff shows gray brownish ash column rising from the active vent, Alaska. Typhoon Dennis rapidly intensified, heading towards South Korea and Japan. More than 500,000 evacuated as Typhoon Fitau slams southeastern China. Also, Dr. Sanjay Gupta apologizes, admits cannabis is a healing plant that should be legalized. Let's say this one again. Dr. Sanjay Gupta apologizes, admits cannabis is a healing plant that should be legalized. Heads up on that one, too. What's going on? That's not going to help if people's Social Security is taken away. Oh, no, now they're going to just throw pot at you and say, oh, it's okay now. Just calm down. Oh, no. Let's see. I knew when I'd sooner or later get closer to retirement, it wouldn't be there. Oh, I just knew it. Alright. We all had that thought. We all were, worried about it. Alright. Japan expert. It's E&E News. Japan expert. Second explosion was more like a bomb at Fukushima. Spent nuclear fuel flew 30 kilometers away. Pellets collected by military. Very strange materials like europium. Very strange material like europium were found. Should have evacuated out to 300 kilometers. Heads up. What are they saying? Shoulda, coulda, woulda. They know what they've done. New report shows support braces completely severed on 400-foot tower near Fukushima reactors. Uh-oh. Heads up on that. Typhoon tracking towards Fukushima to hit area in 2 days. Threat of mudslides, floodings, soaking rainfall predicted for days after storm. Also today, conflicting reports over why water injections halted at Fukushima reactor. Backup system now in use. TEPCO claims power failure. Regulators say worker hit stop button. Is that all it is? Is it one button and you can hit it? What the hell's going on at Fukushima? Heads up! Do you see? Oh my God. This is terrible. This is so bad. Oh, let's just walk up and hit the stop button. Look at that security system there. Okay, U.S. Canada. Alarming mass die-off of starfish in areas along Canada's Pacific coast. They've disintegrated. Now there's just goo left. Appeared to melt. Single arms clinging to rocks. Faces. 2 feet still moving. Similar reports as far away as California. Oh, okay. Wonder what that is. It's coming off the E&E News. Something hot it's going over there. Canada TV. New concerns about radiation levels in fish from Pacific. These numbers are just staggering. Contamination up considerably. It's a major event worldwide. Yeah, well, I thought, oh, it wasn't over there. Oh, it's all this and that. What a balloon. You know what? They wait till it gets so bad that the starfish are melting. Alrighty then? You see, what's going on? They melted. Single arms clinging to rock faces, 2 feet still moving. Something's going on. That must be the debris field coming in. Heads up, something's going on. Oh, jeez. Alrighty then. prepared for anything. The trucker strike's coming up. What is it, the 11th, 12th, 13th or something? I don't have the calendar in front of me. It's next week. Starts on Friday. Make sure you don't panic. Just, go to the store, get as much stuff as you can. That won't perish, like as much canned food. Stay away from the fish if you're on the West Coast. No West Coast fish. No Japanese food. Okay? And start preparing. Go get your bottles of water. Go dig out some of those empty bottles, those 2-liter bottles, and fill them up with water, even if it's tap water. Just fill it up. Make sure your pets have food. Make sure, get ready. Just get ready. Be prepared. And help each other out. Do not, please, everyone just go into prepper mode. That's what I say. Prepper mode. Be prepared for anything. Alrighty then? And make sure, if all the power goes out or something, you have a hard list of phone numbers and or addresses that are stored in your phones. Print them out. Have a hard copy. Sit down and start writing them out before the end of the week. Have a hard copy of every important phone number you need of people in town and hopefully relatives that are out of town. Maybe even people that you know that are out of the country. Good idea. Know where everything is out. Have your gold bags ready. Be ready. Even if you have passports, dig them out. If they're still good, dig them out. Have everything ready in your gold bag. Alrighty then? Not trying to panic anyone. You won't panic if you're ready. You see what I'm saying? There won't be a reason to panic. You'll be ready. Alrighty then. See you on the flip side tomorrow. Stay tuned. I'll put up as much information as I can. I believe also Paul Bagley is talking about... Let me see if I can get up to it. I think I have it here. Let's see if we can get to him. No, he's not there. Let's see. See here? No. Well, there's a lot of animals. A lot of animals. Die-offs. Since September 30th. From antelopes to... Now it's starfish. And I think I listed most of the ones that I heard about. But let me see if I can get to him real quick, just so you can hear it. Hear what I heard. Let me see. We'll go in the back door. Here, hold on. Stand by. I'm gonna have to check what's going on at Fukushima also. I just don't want this cutting off. After a while, it's like we lose the signal for some reason. Then I'll have to start all over again. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's go here. Hang in there. Hold on a minute. Let's do this. Let's do this. I don't know why, but my sound doesn't come on anymore. I have to keep, waste seconds out of my life. Oh, Bagley. You can hear this for a minute. Oh, no, we're going to start running slow. Here we go. Yeah, that's the computer. Let's see. Now. I'm typing, nothing goes. Here we go. Hang in there. Let's see if we can get what he's saying. Real quick. Without me losing any feed here. Okay. There we go. Hang in there. I might try to edit this part out. That took so long to get to it, but I don't want to stop right now. Here we go. Just can't totally go into anything.
What's going on? What? The Hosea prophecy continues to go on.
Here we go.
100 dead cows in Argentina. October 1st, 74 very large walleye fish washed up in Lost Island Lake, Iowa. October 3rd, thousands of swallows, birds, dead. Where? Oregon. October 3rd, millions of dead fish washing up in the Tarparillo River of California. October 3rd, 8,000 tons of dead salmon due to lice infestation in Norway. What? October 2nd, hundreds of dead fish plus dead snakes, iguanas appear in the waterways of Crete, Colombia. October 2nd, hundreds of dead fish appear in the rivers in Brazil. October 2nd, huge number of dead fish found in a lake in Russia. October 1st, 2,200 dead cows in Argentina. October 1st, 74 very large walleye fish washed up in Lost Island Lake, Iowa. September 30th, 30,000 dead sheep in Uruguay. I did a video on that a few days ago and told you all about that. Oh, this is biblical science. Folks, is there something biblical going on here? Are you serious? Are you serious?
Alrighty then. I just wanted to add that in so you can hear what's going on that too. Alright, take care. Just be prepared for anything. Get your supplies now. Alright, so you're not worried later down the road. Alright? Take care. Make sure you have cash on hand. Hopefully you'll still be good. Alright. Stay tuned. I'm going to add more stuff to this. I just want you guys out there to be prepared. And I'm trying to show you this ahead of time so you're ahead of the game, all my viewers out there. Alright. Be safe.
The operator of the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear plant says it wants to improve procedures to prevent human error. A series of recent incidents have led to a leak of radioactive rainwater and the suspension of a decontamination system. The president of Tokyo Electric Power Company told lawmakers that workers at the plant are overstretched.
We need to increase the workforce. We also believe it's very important to improve their working environment.
Earlier on Monday, a human error caused a partial power failure at Fukushima Daiichi. TEPCO officials say a worker mistakenly pushed the stop button of a switchboard during an inspection. A pump that injects water to cool nuclear fuel inside Reactor 1 stopped, but a backup pump quickly kicked in. Officials say the reactor's temperatures remained unchanged. The chairman of the Nuclear Regulation Authority says the situation at Fukushima Daiichi could impact TEPCO's bid to restart its largest nuclear reactor.
The situation at Fukushima Daiichi has not been sufficiently stabilized to reassure the public about safety. We will proceed very carefully with our safety inspections at Kashiwazaki Kariwa.
Tanaka added he ordered TEPCO to submit a report on safety management at Kashiwazaki Kariwa by the end of this week.
Seismologists in Japan have made a discovery that could cause concern. They say there are almost certainly far more dangerous active faults than was generally believed. That's because almost all of them are underground and difficult to spot. NHK World's Mitsuko Nishikawa has more.
Seismologists have tried for decades to predict when earthquakes will strike, without success. They typically watch for movements in known major active faults, but they've shifted their studies to include seemingly small active faults considered risks. Professor Shinji Toda at Tohoku University is one of the experts closely watching the link between active faults and earthquakes. He studied quakes with a magnitude of 6.5 or more that occurred in Japan over the past 90 years. He focused on the changes these faults made on the surface when they moved. For some of the quakes he looked at, shown here in white, he identified clear vertical and horizontal displacements corresponding to the scale of the quakes or the size of the active faults. In other words, they behaved as expected. But the tremors shown in red didn't. They account for as much as 80% of all powerful quakes. Researchers found they only had slight noticeable changes or no changes at all on the surface. More importantly, for most of these quakes, the active faults had not been identified beforehand. One such quake happened 5 years ago in the northeastern prefecture of Iwate. Scientists found only small vertical displacements around the epicenter. Professor Toda carried out an excavation survey to get more information. He found vertical displacements of about 2 meters underground, not visible from the surface. This was evidence that the active fault had moved again and again in earthquakes in the past.
It becomes very difficult to find an active fault when it shows only tiny displacements on the surface.
Researchers have not given up finding a way to detect active faults more accurately. They're now interested in using a laser-based aerial method as one survey technology. Lasers can clearly show the active fault even if it's covered by thick trees. But lasers alone cannot identify all the faults hiding underground.
Researchers need to discuss the appropriate survey methods. We know now that we can't say places without active faults are safe.
Scientists may one day be able to detect all the active faults that trigger disastrous tremors. But until then, the new study suggests people should not drop their guard, even if current research says the seismic activity in the region is limited. Mitsuko Nishikawa, NHK World, Tokyo.
starts to get when you just stop breathing?
Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has said that some aspects of President Hassan Rouhani's recent visit to New York were inappropriate. Since his inauguration, Rouhani has tried to reach out to the West. Rouhani spoke with U.S. President Barack Obama on the phone last month while in New York for the UN General Assembly. It was the first direct exchange between presidents of the two countries since Iran's Islamic Revolution in 1979. Khamenei addressed members of the military on Saturday in Tehran. He said that he supports Iran's diplomats but remains skeptical about America.
In our opinion, some of what occurred during the New York trip was not proper. We are still pessimistic about the American leadership.
U.S. and European leaders are hoping for concessions to resolve the nuclear impasse during talks scheduled for October 15th.
Chinese President Xi Jinping has spoken out at the summit against a traditional ally. He said Chinese leaders will support UN sanctions to prevent North Korea from possessing nuclear arms. Xi met with South Korean President Park Geun-hye. He reassured her about relations between their countries.
China and South Korea have a great relationship. We have built a good partnership in various fields.
We'd like to ask for China's support to help North Korea abandon nuclear arms and seek economic development.
The leaders discussed the six-party talks on the North Korean nuclear program. President Xi said he hopes negotiators can work together to get back to the table. Park said North Korean leaders need to demonstrate a sincere desire to reopen talks.
Now, NHK has learned of the contents of the draft report from the TPP ministers' meeting. It indicates the talks are not going quite as smoothly as hoped in a key area, the elimination of tariffs. The report notes progress is being made in areas such as simplifying trade-related processes and establishing rules for online commerce. Negotiators have also moved forward with language extending aid to emerging economies to develop their human resources and technological capabilities. The report also says there has been substantial progress toward eliminating tariffs for farm and industrial goods. But the document suggests many countries remain committed to protecting goods they consider key to their economies. Japanese government sources say U.S. officials wanted to include language stressing the group's achievements. However, other participants opposed the move, saying such language would not reflect reality. The report will be submitted at Tuesday's summit.
CNBC is General Electric, by the way. CNBC is General Electric. CNBC's on set right there right now live. They refuse to report the greatest catastrophe in the world. They own the nuclear plants of Fukushima. They own them. They're theirs. Toshiba, Westinghouse, General Electric is Fukushima. They are Fukushima. General Electric is Fukushima. CNBC is General Electric. The greatest catastrophe in the world, Fukushima, is General Electric. They're refusing to tell you you are being contaminated with plutonium days. There's 3-4 coal meltdowns in Fukushima for 938 days. 938 days. The Pacific genocide, the greatest ecological catastrophe in world history, is ongoing. CNBC is General Electric. General Electric is Fukushima. General Electric is Fukushima. Fukushima is cancer for North America. It's killing 2,000 people a day, every day, right here. Nuclear fallout is cancer. The greatest nuclear accident in the world history by millions of times is ongoing right here. And General Electric refuses to tell the world. The Department of Energy, United States. I pledge allegiance to the Department of General Electric. General Electric is evil, pure evil. They make the 1% bakers look like church mice. The bakers took your money, General Electric is killing your children. It's called leukemia.